Who are the top 10 tunes in DC Legends? It's been a while since I made this list, and it has changed drastically. A lot of changes. Let's get to it.
There is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
Hi guys, Anya here, and this is a DC Legends video. In this video, I'm giving you my top 10 tunes in the game. Now, the last time I did this, I actually went from 1 to 10. I think I'm gonna do that again because as you get up higher in the list, you kind of know who's going to be there. However, there is a change at the top, but just the fact that I said that probably lets you know who that is already. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I think I'll go from 1 to 10. However, what's on the screen right now are honorable mentions. Superwoman, I Rebirth. Why? Because 4 raids alone, she's an incredible toon. Raids is an awesome place to get a bunch of resources. So just by that, she should be at least mentioned, maybe even in the top 10. I just haven't put her in. Brainiac, his turn meter manipulation, the damage immunity that he gives to allies when it's their turn, when he's in a leadership position. But that turn meter boost happens outside of leadership position. Absolutely great, and makes some of those teams that I'm going to mention next horrible. Cyborg Superman, I want to put in the top 10. However, I'm very excited about him and I'm very happy to use him all the time. So I'm trying to manage the expectations and so I don't pull like another Mongol situation. So I feel like he should be in the top 10, but I'm not putting him there yet because his rework just happened. He's new, but I want to mention him at least. Stitch, I absolutely love. I don't know what it like the debuff immunity or the buff immunity that she puts out or they put out, the intelligence downs that they put out, the fact that there's no cooldown on the A3, the fact that there's an extra hit on the A1, awesome, awesome, awesome tune. Absolutely love Stitch. So let's go ahead and get into the list. Coming in at number 1, I can put this tune at number 1, and she has not been around that long. Yeah, that's right. That is Cheshire. Cheshire is a beast simply because of the evasion ups and the disease. I'm actually like trying to build her in a way that I don't do that much damage, or at least I'm trying to do that now, because I want the disease to do the damage. I want the disease to take care of business. I only have her L2. I've had trouble. I've seen people just wreck things with L1. She can solo most PvP teams. In fact, which is kind of maybe goes along with her lore, she's worse when there's others around her because others can get disease and kill her. If she just goes by herself, usually she can take out those teams. So, Cheshire coming in at number 1, best tune in the game right now. Coming in at number 2 is I was going to say oldie but goodie. I want nothing good about him. Is Specter. His damage isn't doing what it used to when he first got his rework. However, that wasn't even the worst part about him in the first place. Damage comes and goes. The thing that makes him horrifying is that if anybody falls, he just goes nuts and starts stunning. That's it. He starts stacking int ups and all this stuff. That's what makes him great for Nightmare campaign, et cetera, et cetera. But like just the stuns alone and how he stuns and how he can completely disable a team and how you have to account for him when you go in, he's still at least number 2, if not number 1. So that is Specter. Next, I mean, I got to. Okay. Because I always, like, whenever I give these lists, if you guys have been around the channel long enough, you know I'm always questioning myself about them. And like, should I do this? Should I do that? Trygun. Trygun is number 3. Trygun will win a bunch of matches for you. The reason he's number 3 is because a lot of those matches will end in like 1 and 2 stars, but he puts out so much disease, so many bleeds. If you let him stay around for more than like 2 turns, you're screwed. You're gonna get so many disease on you, you're gonna get so many bleeds on you, your team will not be able to throw them back. You got to get rid of him early or else you're in for a long, long day. So Trygun coming in at number 3. Number 4, another oldie but not so goodie. Black Flash. The turn meter lock alone. Just because every time someone dies or an enemy dies, resets the A3, he can reduce your turn meter on the A3 to 0. He can reduce the turn meter by 25% on the A2. Just those things alone. You don't bring him for damage. You don't bring him for anything else really except for to manipulate the turn meter to give your toons more time to do whatever they need to do. So just for that alone, he is number 4 in the top 5 of the top 10. Now, number 5. I guess some of you might have expected him to be higher up on the list. That is Atrocitus. The reason why Atrocitus is not up on the list is because given him with a certain pairing, then it becomes an absolute nightmare. He himself, by himself, very fun to run with lead, gives a lot of damage or adds damage to your toons. You have to use their A1s in the beginning, and then you have to kind of like the first 2 rounds of that match are not within your control, really. So you're kind of giving up your team to him for those first 2 turns just using the A1. However, there's extra damage on there. It's a beast. And then when paired with certain toons, it's a nightmare. So he's an absolutely incredible toon. I mean, I guess, wow, since I put him up there, the best lead in the game? Yeah. I don't even know if there's that much of an argument for anyone else. So anyway, that's Atrocitus. He is proving to be an absolute nightmare for everyone. The call assist, the actual fact that he'll attack if you hit anyone who's enraged, the way he stacks up, strength ups, all that other stuff. You don't even get a chance to see all the extra stuff that he does just based on the fact of his A3 and then having certain compositions around him. So anyway, that is Atrocitus, rounding out the top 5. Now, going on to number 6 is one of the answers for Atrocitus, and that is Enchantress. Enchantress got a stat boost, not like she needed it, because before her stat boost, she was the first person that I realized would be a solution against Atrocitus because his team is gonna go first, regardless if Supergirl is on there, if Connor can whatever, they're going to do their damage. So having the 75% damage immunity at the start of battle is great. It happens most times. I wish that was 100%, like 100% at the start of battle, and then 75% which use those other abilities. I really wish you could definitely open up with the damage immunity because sometimes it doesn't work, and then you are absolutely screwed against an Atrocitus team. But that damage immunity that she does give a fair amount of heals. And then on the A1 with that legendary ability, she does give more damage immunity. So I will basically use her. And then when it comes to her turn, I'll use the A2 so I can go ahead and get the damage immunity back up. And then I'll use the A1 so I can get the damage immunity back up. And then I ignore the A3 altogether. So that is Enchantress. Her value skyrocketed once Atrocitus became a thing, right? So now, going on to number 7. Yeah, I got to. Ultraman is the best taunter in the game. His stat boost makes him that much more so. However, his ability to toss 4 to 6 debuffs back at the enemy team makes him one of the, or part of the solution to dealing with Tryguns and Cheshires and those who are going to put a lot of debuffs out there on you. He keeps the taunt up on himself. He keeps himself healed. He's tanky. He can take hits from Mystics. Totally be okay. So Ultraman, best taunter in the game. He also puts down buff immunity on his AoE attack on the A3, which I absolutely love. That's one of the reasons why I want to mention Stitch. It's one of the reasons why I like Steel. It's one of the reasons why Star Sapphire is still relevant. It's an awesome ability. Gives himself the mints, gives himself the heals, transfers the debuffs on his A1 and passively. Absolutely awesome toon. Absolutely love him. My favorite taunter in the game right now. And I think, honestly, he's the best taunter in the game. Now, going on to number 8. I keep forgetting how valuable she is, and I've had to research. It's not like she's been around that long. But that is the question. And here's the thing. Let me go ahead and go into this real quick. The full clip, damage to a single enemy and apply taunt, then apply 4 crit chance down to all teammates, and then also silence to the enemy target and 30% turn meter up to all teammates. That 30% turn meter up. Then the track down, the call assist, removing of all positive immunities without causing damage, meaning you're not setting off somebody else. Absolutely incredible. She is an awesome toon. She makes your toons hit harder and then calls for them to do their abilities. So absolutely incredible. I wish I could have put her higher up on this list. That's how much I'm loving using her right now. So that is the question. Moving on to I'm going to switch number 10 and number 9. So coming in at number 9. Connor Kent. He's still doing a crap ton of damage. His A1 can't miss, which is a plus side when you're dealing with Cheshire. Then on the AoE attack, on his A3, he puts down 3 stuns, which means you can use those to stun Specter and actually keep him stunned for one of his turns, or you can use it to stun Trygun to prevent him from doing that passive thing where he just removes all your debuffs and just throws out a bunch of diseases. Use him for that too. Stacks strength ups like a madman. So absolutely love Connor Kent. I think he's an incredible toon. So coming in at number 9. Coming in at number 10. The reason why number 10 just got downgraded is because she is an incredible toon. However, her value has skyrocketed based on Atrocitus, which is to say, like, same thing with Enchantress. I grant you. However, and when you use her alone, she is also great as well. However, energy toon, heavy mystic meta right now. She does do a lot of damage to mystics. She can't, especially when she's running under Atrocitus. However, in those scenarios, given where the meta is right now, Connor Kent's going to be more useful than Supergirl. Her usefulness is when she's under Atrocitus, which is a bit of a detraction because that means that when you're outside of using Atrocitus, you're not going to run into Supergirl that much. You will, she's good, but not nearly as much as when Atrocitus is there. When you see Atrocitus lead, you already know 9 times out of 10, Supergirl is right there on that team. So that is when she's used the most. So given the fact that she's kind of niche in where she's used, however, that niche is running rampant all over PvP. That's why I knocked her down to number 10. Connor is still more useful against more different, like, because of how many mystics there are. However, Supergirl is an outright beast and should be on this list. So that's my top 10. I'm sure you guys disagree. Comment below. Tell me how stupid I am. I'll read those comments on the next podcast, which I'm going to release soon. Given the fact that I have Joyson who's going to be editing these videos now I can focus more on putting these out in podcasts and all the other stuff, putting out more Knighthood content, all that jazz. I'm super excited about all of it. So thank you guys for watching all the way through. I drop these videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, hit subscribe and hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Buy me a coffee. Help support the channel. Thank you guys for watching all the way through. See you next time.